Shalom, this is your brother Amaf coming back with another video. Before we start off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone who rule well, prophet, and teaching is true. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the elect who are scattered amongst the nation, made like the other heathen nations, being a speckled bear going back to the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We know today who are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that we know. And I want to title this video, Time is Moving Rampant. You know, through all these things that's going on in the world, you know, a lot of war, rumors of war. Yesterday they had like a cybersecurity attack when most of the the internet was shut down and stuff like that. You know, couldn't get into your banks, travels, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know, assassination attempt with Trump. You know, all these things are coming to pass, and it's moving very rampant. And I want to start off with 2nd Esdras 9, and start off with verse 1. It said, "He answered me and said, measure thou the time diligent in itself, when thou seest the part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, where there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world." And as you can see lately, you know, a lot of people is being, you know, is having uproars. You know, a lot of people is starting to see Esau's bullshit, you know, that he's pulling off in this world. You know, they're seeing all these things. They're seeing all these wars, rumors of wars, and stuff that's going on. Like, you know, more of the people are starting to wake up to the truth that, you know, so-called white man who's ruling over this wicked world, Job 9:24, you know, he's doing all these wicked things and putting all these things out to be. And, you know, the earthquakes, you know, we've been having some earthquakes previously, you know, throughout this year that have been happening time after time, like right there back to back. And I want to go to Matthew 24 and read verses 6 through 8. This is Matthew 24:6, and it says, "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So these are the signs, you know, the signs that was talking about in 2nd Esdras 9 and 1 through 3. You know, these are the signs, you know, wars and rumors of wars and what's going on today. You know, Russia and Ukraine going on, you know, America funding the Ukraine to go to war with Russia, you know, Israel and Iran, you know, these are the wars. And, you know, we hearing about these things. These are the rumors of wars. But it says, "See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but then the end is not yet." So all these things must come to pass in order for us to have righteous rulership to come upon this world, to bring back, you know, order to this world. It says, verse 7, it says, "For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdom, and there shall be a famine, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of the sorrows." And, you know, you can see, you know, nations coming against nations, kingdoms coming against kingdoms, you know, with these wars and things that's been going on that you've been hearing about. And, you know, the famines and the pestilence and these earthquakes, you know, all these things coming to pass. You know, they pushing man-made famines, you know, coming out with these virus and stuff like that. You know, they is pushing these things to come because, what's that precepts? The devil knows that his time is short. Roughly paraphrasing. But yeah, like these things are coming to pass. And, you know, it's moving very rapidly. And I want to get Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 1 to 3. And it says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the watchtower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Salaki. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the visions and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that read it. And who's the people that's running with this stuff? You know, it's the prophets, who was given the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures through the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, through the Spirit, which are the prophets that we know today in New York, where it started from, with our apostles, elders, and GMS, who taught us, these scriptures, who broke down the Bible and showed us these visions and made it plain upon the table, made it easy for us to understand and to break it down. Those are the vision, and that's making it plain upon the table. So we, the men, could go out, prophesize, and teach others to let them know and warn them about these things that's about to come. So they don't have to be lost or stuck in the blind, be in that darkness. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall come and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. So we already know from these visions and all these things that's being broken down to us through our apostles and elders and bishops and everybody down, that these things are coming to pass. So don't be afraid, don't give up hope, because it will come to pass and it will not tarry and it will not speak lies, because these things were meant to come. Everything has their own order, and these are orders that's coming out right now through the prophecies. Everything has a certain way how it's just going to fall down into pieces, And I want to go back to Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and read verses 21 and 2. It says, for then shall great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, except those days should be shortened, then should no flesh be saved. There should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And, as you can see right now, they had said like the Earth's axis is being spinned up even more faster. These things are coming to pass quicker and quicker through these prophecies and things that's going on around the world. And it's for the elect, because the elect is tired and worn out. I wish I remember that precept, but the elects and the prophets and the people, the Aki and the Akwathi, they're tired, man. They tired of this wicked rulership that Esau had in power, that was given to him. They tired of, being in captivity for all this time. They waiting on Yahweh Bashim Yahshua to come and bring them salvation. We want all this to end, because we still under these curses. We still under hell. Deuteronomy 28, and I believe it's verse 15 on down, or 16 on down, one of them. But these are the curses. Matter of fact, let me go get it. Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy 28, and then acting slow. Let's see, Deuteronomy 28. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28, and hold on 1 second. You have Deuteronomy 28, 15 on down to 68. Because we still under these curses, and these are the curses that's going to keep on following us to the day that we die, until Yahweh Bashim Yahshua comes back and bring us salvation and put us in the new body through the new covenant, which we will get whenever Yahweh Shai comes and give us salvation through the new covenant. And I want to get Jeremiah 30. Matter of fact, I want to go back to Matthew 24, 21, and 22, touch up on it again. And it says, For then shall great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And that great tribulation that's about to come is Jacob's trouble. It's going to be a lot of things that's going to go on, and I want to get that in Jeremiah 30, verses 5 on down to 7. And it says, "For thus said Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace." So these things, as you could just see it off the, on verse 5, it's not going to be like they so-called say what it was, a rapture. Like these things that's not going to come to pass. No, these things are coming. A voice of trembling, fear, and not of peace. It's not going to be peace when that time comes. It says it's going to be worse than Noah. The flooding of Noah, dealing with Noah. It's going to be worse than those times. These are the things that we about to come into. So we have to prepare ourselves for these things, and make sure that we walking right in the spirit, and to examine ourselves daily. That we in the faith. And it says, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all the faces turned into paleness." So these are the things that's about to come. A grown man is crying like a woman is giving birth to a child, like a woman having these pains. Like these are the things that we really finna come into. So we have to really lock in and make sure that we do what is right in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and not fall away from the truth and this faith. Because when that time comes, that's all we're gonna have is just faith. We have to go by faith. And we don't want to be like the congregation of the dead, We don't want to walk back into that vomit, into that darkness, not having the truth, not having that light, not having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we have today, given by Yahweh Bashim Yashai through the prophets. We wouldn't have this if it wasn't for them, because they have brought us into this truth for a reason, to warn our people and to let them know that these things are about to come. And it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So these things are going to be coming, and everybody's going to be going through it. Nobody's going to be safe. Even the men who's in the truth, they're going to be going through these things, because we are being tested. We are being brought through that spiritual fire to be tested. And I want to get First Thessalonians 5, and I'm going to read 1 through 6. And it says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have not no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh Bashim Yashai so come as a thief in the night." So these things are going to come in unexpectedly. A thief not going to let you know that he's breaking into the house. He's just going to break in, without you having knowledge of him even being there. That's how these things are going to come to pass. It's not going to be, you get a warning. No, the warning is through the prophets, through the men of the Lord, through the men who on the highways and the byways preaching and teaching these words, and via the internet. Those are the men on the highways and the byways telling you these things about to come. But y'all people are so stiff-headed, hard-headed, and dumb, sadish. And that's what it means. Sadish is dumb. Y'all don't want to listen to what we have to say. So when these times comes, you already been warned. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction comes upon them. Destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." And we're not going to be able to escape from these times that's about to come. But only through having faith, we'll be able to be strong. What it says, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability." Should have known this precept right here. This is Isaiah 33:6. "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation, the fear of Yahweh is his treasure." So we have to have that fear. We got to have the wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures to keep us comforted in that day. My computer went off. It says, "But ye brethren are not in the darkness, that the day shall overtake you as a thief. And ye are the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." So we have to watch and be sober. We have to constantly watch our elders and our Akims, push this truth, you know what I'm saying? Stay in the word, be focused on prophecies, watching these news time comes, these news and stuff like that that's going on in the world, make sure we stay up to date, we don't want to fall off from these things. And I want to get Romans 13. Romans 13, what it was, 11 through 12. "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of the darkness, and let us put on the armor of light." And putting on that armor of light is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, being strong in this truth, building up our faith. And, verse 11 says, "And knowing that the time, that now it is a high time to wake up out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe." So, you have to wake up to the truth. When you're in this truth, you have to stay awake. You don't want to go back and go to sleep. Why would you want to go to sleep when you know these things are about to come? What sense would it make for you to sleep when this shit finna hit the fan? This shit finna hit the corner. You don't want to be sleeping those times. You might wake up and your head be in the blood, be in a pool full of your own blood. Why would you want to be like that? You gotta cleave onto the truth. You gotta cleave onto the men of the Lord, the elders. Who taught us the truth. You gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay under them and listen to them. And I want to get Revelations 12 and 12. And it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." And Esau is being exposed. Yahweh is showing their nakedness. All the other nations are waking up to seeing how things are being done. How Esau and the so-called white man is fucking over them. The people in this world starting to see that they really the wicked. They really see that they're not the men of the Lord, the men that's spoken about in the Bible. They really the people that's been deceiving everybody in this world. Because the hand was given into the wicked, and these are the things that they're doing. They're playing out their role, And I want to get Revelation 13 because, but a short time, so they're trying to push out this MOTB, that for our DC help. You know what I'm saying? That charagma, and it says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their hand or in their foreheads. When you go into mark, it means charagma. Matter of fact, let's go get that. Mark. And it says charagma. It says stamp, imprint of the mark stamped on the forehead on the right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiach. It says the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work, idolatry, image. So once you take this mark, whether it's in your right hand or your left hand, because I know a lot of you jakes think that you could go around and bypass that shit. Once you take that chip, you was bound down to the so-called white man, to his rulership in the system. And that mark is to let you know who you for. You don't want that type of mark on you. If you brand it like a cow, that is letting everybody knows who come across your cow, that's for you. It got your brand on there. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing how they used to do to us, back in slavery. They used to brand us, to let them know if we ran off, who we was for, and to bring us back. So you don't want that shit on you, man. Why the fuck would you want to mark it on you? Why you even want something to implant in your body? That's not even, shouldn't even be implants in the first place. Y'all niggas gotta start thinking like this shit is really wicked, and that y'all really bowing down to these fucking system, man. This shit is crazy. Like how y'all could just think and just get this shit. It's stupid. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his names. Verse 18, here's the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 603 scores and six. So that stands for 666. And once you don't have the mark, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. These things are coming. These things that Esau is pushing out right now through all these things that's going on, through the assassination of Trump, through the, what it was, through the shutdowns of the system and stuff like that. These are the devices. These are the things that Esau is trying to push to push this MOTB, try to buff up security, with the immigrants, try to put these things in to let people know, how to verify who's who and who's not, coming into our borders and stuff like that. They're going to be pushing these things. These are the things that's going to be coming to pass, and it's coming to pass soon. This probably is, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So, these things, they probably will push, So you got to be, whipped to these things. I'm going to get Isaiah 65. It was in verse 12. And it says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer, when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did not choose that wherein I had delighted not. And that's right. Therefore we will be numbered, therefore will I number you to the sword, and that sword is Esau. That's what Yahweh is using. He using Esau as his sword. He's that vessel for the sword, you know what I'm saying? And for the men that's out there, men and women who did not want to listen, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua was calling out to us. He was speaking to us. He was letting us know these things. He was warning us. And a lot of people might say, oh, he didn't tell us this and he didn't tell us that. That's bullshit, because the prophet that was on the highways and the byways, they are that mouthpiece. They are the vessel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua to let you know, to warn you. That's why they is warning. That's why they prophets. They prophesy these things that's about to come. They let you know these things are coming to pass for your own good. And if you don't take heed into that, then you're a fool. You just like in the congregation of the dead, you're already dead. You're gonna die twice. You're gonna die from not even you're dead spiritually from not hearing about the truth. And you're gonna be dead again when the ICBM missiles is gonna hit you. So you don't want to be like that, you want to be awake. You want to be, ready for these things whenever it comes. I'm gonna get off from that. I'm gonna go to Zechariah 13 and 8 and 9, and it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part should be left therein. And the 2/3 of the wicked Israelites, these wicked Jakes, the ones that did evil in his eyes and did not take his mercy and grace and did right and try to come back and turn away and repent and be renewed in the mind to do what's right in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. But y'all so stuck up in eating pork and doing wickedness in this world and stuff like that. Y'all just never care. Y'all just don't care. But these things was meant to be, because everybody have a lot to play out. Lord willing, we are part of that number of the 1/3 and 144,000, and not part of the 2/3. Yahweh Ratazah. It says, but the third shall be left therein, and that's the elect. Because you're doing all these things, waking up our people, because it's all for the elect, because those are the men and women and children who would make it, to on the first go around. They would not make it to receive that lake of fire, the ICBM missiles that's going to be heading in Babylon. They're going to be the first to be elected to make it out of these things that's about to come. But they still will go through, trials and tribulations through Jacob's troubles. And it says, verse 9, it says, I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So the elect is going to be tried, it's going to be run through that fire to be pure, because Yahweh wants to perfect his people. He wants to perfect his elect. So he's going to do all these things to purify them, to bring them to that spiritual fire, to refine them into pure gold, because the elect are special into his eyes, is that it's the brightest jewel in the box. That's how much Yahweh loves and cares for his elect, his chosen people. I'm going to get Jeremiah 32. Uh, 36, read on down to 41. And therefore, thus said Yahweh, the power of Israel concerning the city, wherefore ye say, it shall be delivered into the hands of the king of Babylon by the sword, and by the famine, and by the pestilence. Behold, I will gather them out all the countries, whither I had driven them in my anger and in my fury, and in great wrath. I will bring them again unto the place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. And verse 37 is talking about when Yahweh has scattered us through the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 48, I believe. And I could get that for y'all. Deuteronomy 28, 48. It's always good to bring it out. Yeah. This is verse 47. It says, because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until ye have been destroyed. And when you look into yoke of iron, that's talking about them chains and shackles. We still underneath bondage. We still underneath this rulership, in Babylon. Let's go back to Jeremiah. And I'm going to read, I'm going to read 37 again. And behold, I will gather them out of the countries whither I had driven them in my anger and in my fury and in great wrath. I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. And they shall be my people, and I will be their power, and I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, and I will not turn away from them to do that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me. Yea, I will rejoice over them to do good, to do them good, and I will plant them in the land assuredly with my whole heart and with my whole soul. So Yahweh is gonna bring us back into a place, into that heaven, into our land of peace, and he will make an everlasting covenant. And he said, I will not turn them away, but I will put fear in their hearts, that they should not depart away from me. So he's going to put in our hearts, to have that fear and to do what's right for him. And I want to get that in Hebrews 8. And Hebrews 8, it was 7 through 12. And this is when we're going to get that the new covenant. It says, for if that the first covenant has been faultless, Then shall no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the days come, said Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt. And when you go into Egypt, it goes into bondage. It says, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith Yahweh. Yahweh Bashem Yashai, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh Shai. I will put my laws in their minds. I will put my laws into their minds and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh Bashem Yashar, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. And when it's talking about the least to the greatest, he's even talking about the 2/3 going up to the 144,000 and 1/3. You know, it says, For I will have mercy to the unrighteousness and their sins and their iniquities while I remember no more. So whenever we get the new covenant, you know, when the elects get their new covenant on the first go around, you know, they'll be saved and they'll have these new bodies, and they'll have the law, statutes, and commandments put in their inward parts, so they can keep it to the best of their abilities forever and ever, and not displease, you know, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, and His only begotten Son. And it says, from the least to greatest, and that's talking about the 2/3. And the way the 2/3 is going to come back in is through the loins of the elect, because what it was, when we get into when the elect get into the kingdom, you know, they would repopulate the lost 2/3 that had burned up in the fire, and through reincarnation, if y'all could get it through the spirit, you know, they will be brought back in the kingdom through reincarnation, and they will also have those new bodies and have the law, statutes, and commandment written in the inward parts too. And a lot of people might say, no, that's not true. You know, they're gonna burn and this and that. Well, Yahweh said He's changed not. You know, and I want to get that Malachi 3:6. It says, For I am Yahweh, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So even though these 2/3 is gonna gonna go in through these fire, you know, and be wiped out in the first go around, you know, all Israel is gonna be saved. You know, a lot of people might think, oh, it just felt like, no, all of them will be saved, but the elect will make it first on the first go around. It's just that the 2/3 is gonna come back in the kingdom, you know, and you know, that's how it's gonna play out, because, you know, Yahweh is still gonna have that mercy upon us, you know, and we will be perfect. You know, the 2/3, the 1/3, and 144,000. You know, when we get in the kingdom, you know, we all going to be perfect. So nobody's going to sin. Nobody's going to transgress the law. You know, do all these wicked things and, you know, fall away from the Heavenly Father. You know, we all going to be perfect in His eyes, and we'll have the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, so we can know our rights and our wrongs. You know, but until then, that's how it's going to be. And Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, it was edifying. And I want to end it off with giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rekah, Quatash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone who rule well, prophet and teaching is true. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the elect who are scattered amongst the nations. And Shalom and the Bob Abal.